Hi everybody, I'm back for another video at B&M Bargains.
Oh, not another one?
Don't worry, Brenda from Bristol. Not making a habit, not all my videos are at B&M Bargains, but I am reliably informed that there are some more palm and exotic looking plants here at B&M in Oswestry. I came here, I did a video here a couple of weeks ago. It was a brilliant garden centre. I actually came this morning and I could see that there was some plants on a pallet all wrapped up nicely. It was too far away for me to actually see what was on the pallet, but I could see that there was palm trees and there was definitely other exotic looking plants as well. It was in the sort of delivery yard, which isn't accessible to customers, so I couldn't get there. I did ask a member of staff if I could see it, and they said that the chap who does the garden centre comes in at 11. So it's now in the evening the same day, so hopefully the chap didn't phone in sick. Hopefully he made it to work. Hopefully he's put it all out. Hopefully no one's been this afternoon and bought it all. So let's go and have a look, see what's inside. So hopefully they've put this pallet out. I'll be annoyed if not. These are the trachycarpus fortunei that I saw in my last video. There's 1, 2 and 3 left. These are £37.50. Relatively small plants, but reasonable. Lots of phallostachys bamboo. These ones are £30. They also have had a delivery of cordylines. So they've got green and red. They're both decent sized plants. These are £10 each, which is, I think, a good price. It's not an amazing price. And then they've got the smaller red ones, unfortunately only red, and these are £5 each. And when I came this morning, there was a lot more there than that, so I think they've sold 5 or 6 or more today. Now let's go and have a hunt for this pallet. They've still got some fatsia, japonica spider's web, but if you remember last time I came 2 weeks ago, they had probably 20-25 plants. So they've sold quite a lot. What have they got here? Some phormiums at £12.50. Now they look a bit soft and floppy and small. They don't look like particularly nice ones to me. They get to a height of 1.2 meters apparently. Maybe they look a bit better when they're bigger with firmer leaves, but I would go for a different phormium if it was me. I'm going to check around here. Nope. Oh, we've got a load more fatsia spider's web coming here. So these are still £8.50. The whole new delivery of those, along with some nice grasses. If I go around the other side, we might have a better view. It will be in the light there. So lots of grasses. They've got the blue ones. In my experience, they don't actually stay blue for very long. And we've got some variegated ones here. Some Carex. What have we got up here? Oh, some more Carex up here. Is this more? This is Lemandra. £12.50. That's quite nice. A few of them dotted about would be give a nice effect. But £12.50. It's a decent sized pot, but you don't actually get much for that. Some brooms here. So back to these trachycarpus. We've seen those, we've seen the bamboo. I'm going to be gutted if they haven't got this pallet out. I'll show you. It's still there. I'm going to have a word with the manager. Can you see that pallet there? I'll try and zoom in. So there's clearly a trachycarpus there. There's an olive tree there. And then it's hard to say after that. But I'm gonna go and ask a member of staff now if I can gain access to that pallet. So annoying. Okay, good news. I was able to get someone to grab the pallet and they brought it in. And actually, you wouldn't believe how much is on a pallet there. There's a huge amount on there. So let's take you through it. What was on a pallet? There was 1, 2, 3, 4 trachycarpus fortunei. There's no waggies, unfortunately. These are the small trachycarpus fortunei, the ones which are £37.50. Yeah, no waggies, unfortunately. They've got some olives. They've got these big £100 olives. 1, 2 of them. These cordylines here, they've got quite a few of them. So there's 4 there, plus another 4 in there. These are also £37.50. They've got 2 of these big trachycarpus fortunei. Look at the size of these pots. Nice big pots. Nice thick trunk on this as well. These are £150. Let's say that's 1, 2, 3 foot of trunk, maybe. They've got 8 of these small olive trees. These are £25. I haven't seen these before, so that seems like a decent price. £25. But the best one out of the lot, and unfortunately there is only one of them, is this. In fact, I'm not doing it justice. Let me bring it into the light. Bring it onto the proper side. Here, look, we have a very decent sized butia odorata. It says capitata on here, but we all know it's not. It's £50. That's a UK. Can't quite focus in on that. I think that's been grown in the UK, which is interesting. So to everyone who says, you know, B&M are selling them too cheap, you know, they haven't been quarantined. Well, this one doesn't need to be quarantined because it's been grown in the UK. Now, I'm going to stand next to this so we can see the height of it. So here I am next to it. The biggest leaf here comes up to around about my shoulder. So that'll be about just short of 5 foot. So the question is, do I buy it? That is the question. And just noticing, just looking at it again, there is a bit of a yellow leaf, and I've seen a lot of comments recently on Facebook and social media saying, you know, my new leaf is yellow. Is it okay? Is it dying? What's going on? It's perfectly fine. It's just it hasn't really unraveled yet, and the sun is so weak that actually you doesn't photosynthesize enough to green up. It will green up soon enough. So I think I'm going to buy that. All right, I bought it. Usual trick of trying to get it in the car now. I think I might need a bigger car, you know. Okay, as always, put a plant in a bag so you don't get soil everywhere. I've just about got it in. Here we are, me and my palm, quite cozy. It's tickling the back of my neck, which is interesting. And now stay tuned to see what the plant looks like at home in the broad daylight tomorrow morning. And hopefully it'll look good in all its glory in my garden. And I just wanted to say as well that, you know, I do feel sorry for palm tree sellers in the UK with the likes of B&M selling plants very cheap. But at the same time, I do think that it's good. As we plunge into darkness, I do think it's good. I can't do the back one. I just have to look at my face now. It's good to have some competition, you know, and prices have got ridiculous over the past few years, well, since COVID really. And so B&M selling plants at probably the prices they should have been all along will ensure the UK sellers up their game. Now, I'm not, you know, I don't mean any disrespect to anyone, but I do think that people are making decent margins on plants in the UK currently, certainly the ones that are grown in the UK. So yeah, you know, if B&M are selling them cheap, then B&Q are gonna see what they're doing. They're gonna sell them cheap. Other national garden centres also will be looking at it, and obviously the specialists look at it as well. The specialists do sell probably better quality plants, so you know they can justify higher prices. But this one seems good to me. UK grown. It's in a pot. I had a look at the roots as well before I bought it, and they seemed decent. It wasn't pot bound, but it had roots. So it's been in a pot for some time, I would say, maybe as much as a year. And I do sell some plants myself, so you know I'm disadvantaged by the likes of B&M selling bigger palms than I'm selling for about the same price. But as I say, I think it's a good thing on balance, because it means that more people can grow palms. And anyway, let's skip forward to tomorrow and see what this looks like in broad daylight. Okay, and here it is the next day in daylight, looking fab. Really pleased with it. It doesn't look particularly stretched, possibly a tiny bit from being grown in the shade, but looks really good to me. So stay tuned to see where I plant it. I've got a couple of ideas. Well, I've got more than a couple actually. So keep watching future videos to see if you're interested in where this ends up. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are.